Learn, practice, improve, success. Welcome to WeldStart.
Look around you right now. The chair you're sitting in, the building above your head, the car parked outside, even the water running through your pipes. Almost every physical system that makes modern human civilization possible relies on a single, crucial process: welding. We often think of welding as a niche industrial trade, something happening far away in dusty shipyards or auto factories. But the truth is much bigger. Without welding, our cities would collapse, our transportation networks would grind to a halt, and clean water wouldn't reach your kitchen sink. Over 50% of all manufactured products require some form of welding. In the next 7 minutes, let's look at how this intense fusion of heat and science quietly keeps your everyday life running. Your reliance on welding starts the second you wake up. When you turn on the shower, water travels through miles of pressurized municipal piping. Those metal main lines aren't joined by glue or simple screws. They are joined by high-integrity welds designed to handle hundreds of pounds of pressure per square inch without leaking. Turn on the lights? Electricity generated at power plants, whether hydroelectric, nuclear, or fossil fuel, relies on welded turbines, boilers, and high-voltage transmission towers that carry energy to your neighborhood. Heading out to work or school? The average automobile contains over 4,000 spot welds holding its steel frame and safety cage together. In a crash, those welds are engineered to absorb impact and save lives. The trains on your local subway, the buses on the street, and the airplanes overhead all share the same structural backbone: fused metal joints capable of enduring millions of stress cycles. Before modern arc welding was perfected in the early 20th century, major structures relied on rivets and bolts. Rivets added thousands of pounds of extra weight and required constant maintenance. Welding changed everything. By melting two pieces of metal together so their atomic structures interlock, the joint becomes as strong or stronger than the base metal itself. This breakthrough allowed architects to dream bigger. Today's super-tall skyscrapers rely on heavy structural I-beams welded together to withstand high winds and seismic activity. Suspended bridges carrying tens of thousands of commuter cars every hour stay upright because welded steel trusses distribute enormous dynamic loads evenly. From the shipping containers delivering your online orders to the massive cranes building tomorrow's skylines, welding provides the raw structural integrity that holds our physical world in place. When people picture welding, they imagine heavy sparks and thick steel. But welding also operates at a microscopic scale. In the medical field, ultra-precise TIG, tungsten inert gas, and laser welding creates seamless, sterile joints on stainless steel surgical instruments, pacemakers, and artificial joint replacements. A single flaw in these micro-welds could lead to bacteria growth or device failure. In tech, micro-welding connects tiny wiring components inside solar panels, battery packs, and electronics. And as the world transitions to renewable energy, welding sits right at the center. A single offshore wind turbine requires hundreds of tons of expertly welded steel for its tower and underwater foundation to endure harsh ocean environments for decades. What happens when critical repairs are needed where humans barely survive? Enter hyperbaric underwater welding. Highly trained welder divers descend hundreds of feet below the ocean surface inside pressurized habitats or directly in wet environments to repair offshore pipelines, ship hulls, and deep water docks. And at the opposite extreme, welding takes us to the stars. Rockets like NASA's SLS or SpaceX's Starship rely on specialized friction stir welding, a process that uses friction heat rather than melting arcs to create seamless, lightweight aluminum and stainless steel fuel tanks. Without advanced aerospace welding, deep space exploration wouldn't even be on the drawing board. The next time you cross a bridge, ride an elevator, or simply drink a glass of tap water, take a second to think about what makes it possible. Welding isn't just about joining two pieces of metal together. It's the silent craft connecting our safety, our convenience, and our future. It's an art form powered by physics and the invisible thread holding the modern world together. Look at your gates, fences, railings, stairs, and metal furniture. Many of these structures are made possible through welding. Steel frames can support parts of buildings. Welded connections help join structural components, railings, roof systems, and other metal assemblies. Even some of the furniture you use every day, chairs, tables, bed frames, and shelves, may contain welded joints. And then there are your appliances. Your refrigerator, stove, washing machine, and many other household products contain metal components that are manufactured and assembled using different joining processes, including welding. Welding may not always be visible, but it's often working quietly behind the things we use every day. Welding doesn't only happen inside a comfortable workshop. Sometimes the job happens in extreme environments. Underwater welding can be used in specialized maintenance and repair operations involving ships, offshore structures, and marine infrastructure. These jobs require extensive training, specialized equipment, and strict safety procedures. And then there's aerospace. Advanced welding and joining technologies are used in the manufacturing of rockets and space hardware. Some applications require extremely precise processes to create strong, lightweight structures capable of handling extreme temperatures and forces. From deep beneath the ocean to high above the earth, welding helps humans build in places where failure is simply not an option. Welding may not always be seen, but it's everywhere. Behind the modern world we live in are skilled hands, engineering knowledge, and millions of carefully designed connections. And somewhere behind many of those connections is a welder. If you learned something today, hit like, subscribe, and follow WeldStart for more welding knowledge, beginner tips, and real welding content.